We're joined by Rapids head coach Matt Wells. We'll kick things off to open up to questions.
Matt, MLS disciplinary committee is giving you the night off tomorrow. What are you
Apparently
going to do?
so. No, of course I'll be here. So we've worked out a system of how I can best be involved. Of course, there's some limitations there in terms of 90 minutes before the game. You can't have any in-person contact with the players or the staff. So I've got a room set aside. I'll be up in the sky watching it with the tactical view, and it doesn't change anything in terms of preparation. I'll still be able to have the impact I need at half time via video. So no, we've got all the plans in place, and now it's about doing the job on the pitch.
Have you considered the Javier Mascherano method of calling in?
Oh, I didn't know this was a method. No. I think especially when we see the things that have happened in England recently with the playoff final, and I'm not one to mess with the rules. So the rules are the rules. I've obviously had 3 bookings, so I'll serve my punishment, serve my time upstairs. But the guys are in a good spot. We're good to go.
Matt, how important is this game that have so many condiments after the Real Salt Lake, after the St. Louis loss here at home, and the last one before the break?
I just caught my hair. It looks really bad in the reflection of your glasses. That's why I started playing with it. No, listen, it's an important game. They're all important. It was a massive effort from us in midweek here against a really good team. I thought we put on a very strong performance. So for us, the focus has been more on, like it always is, analysing what did we do well that night. Still, what are the areas we can improve, and let's put that into place at the weekend against Dallas, who are really impressive team, having watched them. So we know it'll be a very difficult game, very physical game, very intense game. We have to match that, and then we have to try and impose our football to get the 3 points.
What do the team have to change after the St. Louis game? It was a really weird game with 1 goal, and you guys couldn't score.
I can't say that comment because that'll get me in trouble again. No, there was a lot of things that happened that evening. Of course, we played the large majority of the game with 10 men. So it's a difficult one to analyse. I think still with 10 men we created numerous chances, and that's just the nature of football. It's a low scoring sport, and if you miss your chances sometimes you can lose games. So obviously a lot has happened since then. We've done a lot of football since then in terms of games. We've had a lot of training since then. So we've used those lessons. We've used the lessons from Salt Lake, we've used the lessons from a great midweek victory, and being in the semi-final has of course given us a lot of confidence. So we have to channel all of that into, as I said, what will be a really demanding game. They obviously didn't have a game midweek, we did, so we've got to make sure we're our very best physically to get the points.
Matt, the story might be about Dallas's form, but your Rapid side this season has played up to every opponent above them on the table. What about this team gets them into shape for those matches?
I think we're there pretty much. I think bar Seattle, to be honest, I think we're there for every game. Of course, you have different spells in the matches where you don't perform as well as other spells in the games, and we've in those games we've been punished and we've not picked up the points that we wanted to pick up. But yeah, generally I'd say on the whole, the first part of the season, when I reflect, the performance level's been pretty strong. But as I say, we're going to need to be at our very strongest this weekend. This is a very good side that we face. So we've done our preparation today, and now we're ready to go.
Yeah, Matt, just with obviously the World Cup coming up, possibility of the inclusion of Lucas Harrington into that Australia squad, what would that mean for this club and then for him as well?
Yeah, listen, it'd be unbelievable for him as such a young lad, and I know how passionate he is about his country. I think him and his family were both so honoured and privileged to get his debut earlier in the season. So I think for him to have a chance of making that squad, it's about his form with his club side. So I think all of his focus, all of our focus, is putting him in the best possible place to perform against Dallas, and then let's see what happens with the squad announcement.
But it's a really exciting game for the fans. There is fireworks, the last one before the break,
Yeah.
and of course everybody is on the soccer mood with the World Cup.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel it that way?
We feel that every day. We feel that every day in training, every game. Certainly I do, and that's what I try and create here. Football's my life. It's my passion. It has been since I was born. I've been involved in the academy system since I was 8 years old. So football's given me my life, and I try and transmit that passion, that energy, that enthusiasm to the guys. And when you have a game that we have tomorrow, where the fans are going to be here, it's the last one before the break. Everything's there for us to go and get the 3 points.
Matt, with Peter Musa, you're facing one of the most dangerous forwards you faced this season.
Yeah.
How will you script the game to how you neutralized, say, Son and LAFC to avoid this golden boot game?
Yeah. I think there's been a good thing for everyone who likes football. There's a lot of good forwards on the pitch tomorrow, and they're in both shirts. So I think it's going to be a top game, and it'll be the team that limits the other one the best of their ability that will come out on top. So we're well aware of their threats, both him personally, but also as a team. They're very strong, they're very physical, they have a lot of bodies in the middle of the pitch. They attack really fast and really quick, so if you're a little bit off it with your details, they can punish you. So be a difficult challenge, but obviously we have our strengths as well, and I'm sure they'll be preparing over the last week or so to try and nullify them. So it's going to be a good game.
Any update on Footer? It looked like he got stitches.
The only update is he's a little bit uglier than he was the other day. But no, he needs that. He needs a little bit of that. I said to him that's going to be his life as a midfielder, and the more minutes he gets and the more he establishes himself as a regular first team player, which he's made a great stride towards doing this season. So he's a very competitive young man. I love that about him. So I don't think it'll be his last cut above the eye, but he's all good. He's ready to go.